I thought tonight that we had a period there in the second half where I thought Duke raised their level of intensity, probably right at the beginning of the second half. And I think that we matched that level of athleticism and aggressiveness. I thought they maybe jumped a little higher, moved a little quicker, ran a little faster than we did during that period. I got to give them credit. I thought that they mentally, emotionally were at a different level than they were in the first half. And I think that we matched that. We were able to cut the lead to 5 points. Then we had 4 possessions. Even probably more than that, but we got the ball where we wanted inside. And I thought we had good high percentage shots, but we could not get them to fall. And a lot of this because they're athletic, they're quick, they're strong, and they contested those shots. And where on the other end, they scored 42 points in the paint, and we didn't have the same level of athleticism and physicality on the defensive end that they had on their defensive end. We got beat by a team that played better, and that tonight that hopefully we can learn from. Learn that in order to win a championship like the ACC Championship, you got to be able to match whatever level of that your competitor is playing with. I think we did it tonight, and that's to their credit. They made some tough shots inside physically that I thought were just outstanding, that we had a different time to challenge.
And you knew your seniors were going to fight. Did you learn anything new about the underclassmen this week?
Well, not anything that I didn't already know. I mean, my underclassmen have been giving us good effort the entire year. And I don't think the tournament made me change my opinion of how much they've been able to contribute, but also as they grow and mature and get older and get more experience, I expect them to continue to improve and be very high-level contributors in Florida State. I really like what I see in those guys, but I'm not ready to start reminiscing about where they are. You know, we still have another tournament that we need to go to, and I'm excited about the challenge and looking forward to find out where we're playing and who we're playing against, and hopefully recharge our batteries. The biggest challenge we have now is to learn from this experience because we haven't lost in a while. And sometimes that can be a little challenging. Physically, obviously, you play a long season, play 3 games in a row like this. You want to go back and try to, recharge your batteries and get a little rest. But I'm more concerned about how we handle it mentally and emotionally. Are we going to learn from it, grow from it, and hopefully take the lessons that we experienced in this tournament, hopefully be better prepared as we go into the NCAA tournament.
What can you do? I know you alluded yesterday about the last time you played Duke. You had a lot of guys that were playing for the first time. I believe you said about 5. How do you assess the experience that they learned from then and how they performed tonight?
I think we got beat by a team that played better than us. I mean, you got to give them credit. They're well coached, they're loaded with talent. I don't think I've ever played against a team that now I don't know as talented as they are all on one team. And they play well together, and I don't know if I'll ever face another kid like Zion. I mean, he's those kind of athletes with that level of skill don't come along very often. He'll be one of the, even as a freshman, only played in the league 1 year. He'll probably go down as one of the greatest athletes to ever play in the ACC, and he's superior to most guys in the United States. I mean, he's a world-class athlete, and he creates such havoc for your opposing team that it makes the game a little easier for some of the other guys, and they are really good players as well. So they're a dangerous combination going into the tournament. They're going to be a very difficult matchup for most teams, and I know they work for us.
How important is it for a tournament being in Charlotte, especially with you getting a kid like Patrick Williams coming in, just to be on this stage right here for the recruiting stage?
Well, here again, I mean, we recruit all over the world, all over the country. I think it's important, though, that we have an opportunity to compete for a championship, regardless of whether it's in Greensboro, Charlotte, or New York, or wherever it is. For our players, for our program, we're one of the newer programs in the ACC. I grew up in Gastonia watching the ACC when I think it was only 7 teams, and this was the only postseason tournament that conferences only a postseason tournament that conferences had, and they the granddaddy. And most coaches around the country didn't want to have to go into a tournament to utilize the winner to represent the conference. Most coaches felt at that time that when you go through a conference race, that should be enough, and they didn't want to go to the tournament. But the ACC had the vision to see that this could be something superior, and I think everyone else jumped on the bandwagon, and that's why it's such a great tournament. So for us to have the opportunity to play in the greatest basketball conference, and then play in the tournament, the tournament in a league of the greatest basketball collection of basketball schools ever assembled, is a tremendous honor, and just shows that our program is making progress.
Coach, you mentioned that they looked a little flat at times in the first half. Was that something that you were hoping on, that them coming off a big rivalry game? Duke.
I didn't. If I said that,
apologize.
I did not say they were flat. I just said I don't know where you got that word from.
Just a little maybe flustered. Were you hoping for that after a big rivalry game when they're not quite as deep as you?
I don't think I've ever seen Duke flustered or flat. They're well coached. Sometimes they don't win all their games, but it's not because they're flustered and flat. I just think sometimes some people play a little better than other teams. Duke has a chance to win the national title. They have all the ingredients, and once they get their big center back, they get a little more quality depth, they're going to be a hard matchup. But I'm hoping that we'll be a challenging matchup for most people too once we get to this NCAA tournament.
What do you take from these last 2 days? Beating who you beat yesterday, not even shooting the ball well today, and being within 5 in this building against that team. What does that say about what you guys have?
I think we're making progress, but I don't want to ever get caught up in being excited about losses. I mean, we didn't play well enough to beat a very good team in the finals of the championship tournament, and that's what I take away from it. Now, what we want to do is go back and evaluate for what it is, what it was, or what it is. Evaluate our shortcomings. See how we can improve on it and regroup and try to prepare ourselves, get ready to go participate in the NCAA tournament. At least one thing I feel good about is that we're not on the bubble, and we know we're going to be participating somewhere that does give you a pretty good feeling.